Hey guys, Ashby Farms. This is like take number 5. I lost my whole train of thought. Hey, what's up guys? Ashby Farms, and today is Saturday, March the 2nd. We are out equalizing, and my back is getting sore. Corey's behind the camera today, and the sun angle is getting low in the sky. It's about 3:30 right now. So I'm gonna just explain what happened and how we overwintered these bees. So we've got a small colony in a queen castle with a bottom board here. It's a double screen board. So, and then we had a stronger colony beneath. And what happens is the heat rises up through. There's some special cut holes with a screen on each side, so the two queen bees can't touch, but we still get the heat rising through, and it helps support the smaller colony. So just to give you an idea, I haven't popped these yet, except to feed them. So there's a leftover pollen patty here, and we've got maybe a frame or two of bees up here. And then I've already disassembled this one. So here's our queen castle down low. As you can see, we've got a full box of bees, maybe 6 frames. And when we count frames of bees, we're not counting the frame, we're counting the bees in between the frames. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of bees here. This down here would be a solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames of bees. If we don't do something about this, these bees will be swarming within 10 days, 12 days or so. So let's just take a quick peek over here. This is an overwintered colony, and it's real small. Matter of fact, this is the brood right here is all it's got right now. There's some eggs out here, but we went ahead and disassembled this so we could show you real quick. And then here's the other side of that. We have a small brood patch right in here. See if we can find a queen real fast. I don't see her. Oh, here she is, right here. I'll zoom in on her there. So this is last year's queen. These are daughters of our UBO, and we're hoping that these bees will be real hygienic for us. We'll be moving these here in about the next week or so to their new home. So what we're doing today, we're going to come in, we're going to steal 3 frames of brood out of these and give them to this colony here. As a matter of fact, we want to put it right here in between, and I'm going ahead and getting this colony ready. So just making sure I need 1 frame of food, which is like a frame of honey, maybe something with some pollen already in it, because there's not a lot of foragers here. And there's a strong colony downstairs that is gonna, I've already been through the lower colony. And what we're doing today is, what I want to end up with here is 1 food frame and 3 brood frames together and a bunch of empty drawn comb. And in the next month or so, they'll knock, probably 3 weeks, they'll fill out this whole box right here and need a second story. In the meanwhile, like I said, we got to take this colony here back. We're not worried about the bee numbers, we're worried about the frames of brood, because 1 frame of brood equals 2 frames of bees. So what I'm going to end up with down here is, I want a honey frame in the 1 and the 10 spot. I want a pollen in the 2 and the 9 spot. And then that leaves us for a total of 6 frames. What I want to leave with is, like, say, brood, a drawn comb that is completely empty, brood. So we got 4 frames of brood downstairs, and then this will be a drawn frame empty as well. We're giving the queen lots of, we want to give her the feeling of lots of room to lay. So that empty down the center, and I'll try and demonstrate what we're doing as we go along. So my back's hurting, so I'm sitting down at this point.
And I've only been stung, I don't know, 48 times today, so I'm going to try not to cuss if I get stung again.
Here's let's just see if we can zoom in. That's a nice frame of pollen.
That's pretty.
And that needs to be right on the outside. Here's a patch of brood here, but here's a little small hive beetle. Let's give him the small hive beetle test. There we go. Oh, there he is. His friend's right there. Anytime we see him, we go ahead and kill him. So this is going to be a frame here. This side's completely empty. So I think what we'll do, we'll leave it intact. We'll just leave, that's your pollen side. I'm moving it to the 1 position to give us room, but ultimately we're going to put a frame of honey back in here, which is probably in, this is their second story right here behind me. So That's a nice section of brood. Matter of fact, let's just nice patch of brood. In this case, I'm just quick looking. Here's a small hive beetle.
Chasing him.
Yeah. So once we make sure our queen isn't on here, I'm going to turn around and give this as it sits right to this colony here. That's one. I just keep up with them in my head. Just making sure my queen's not on here. That's two. Quick inspection for the queen. That's three. Let me show you this, guys. So right here, this bee is chewing out, this bee is chewing out, this bee is chewing out, two bees are chewing out. These bees under these cappings will be emerged within a day. They don't need bees to attend to them because they're supplying their own warmth at this point. Not only that, but even if it gets down a little cooler tonight, we've got this strong lower colony down below with heat rising as well. Those 3 frames of brood are going to quickly populate this upper single with 6 frames of bees in short order. Figure out, let's say all that got capped today, we've got about 10 days or so till it all hatches out. Of course, that 1 frame alone is hatching out as well, plus the 2 frames of bees that were already here. This will be a solid 7 or 8 frame box when we come back in 2 weeks. At the same time, we're keeping this colony here from swarming by distributing the assets. So the bees stay behind, but the frames of brood gotta go. Last thing I'm looking for is a frame of pollen, or a frame of honey right there, just so that those don't right there don't starve. My feeder's still full, so they won't starve, but you never know. 6 frames of bees can go through a lot of food real fast. So come over here. This is my outside frame. Nothing over here. Lots of fresh, what's probably more than likely sugar water. So make sure I'm not taking my queen. The outside frame. These bees oftentimes, they'll need something to do. So I put the drawn side, there's some pollen patty. I don't want the small hive beetles getting into that. So put that towards us. Put the blank side towards the colony. And now that gives them something to work on in that 2 weeks till we can get back here. So with that, again, let's go over. We got 2 frames of bees. Now we've got 3 full sheets of brood plus a little patch on these 2 frames. They got enough food to make it through. That'll get them through the next 2 weeks. Just like that, that colony's done. As a reminder then, this is all pollen and nice sheet of pollen. So we're gonna start setting up this box now for being done. So quick inspection. Got a patch of eggs there. Actually, that's like a half a frame of all pollen right there. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. So that's gonna be my number 2 frame on the opposite side. See what's going on here. You can hear it's breaking all the propolis from being overwintered. This is a full sheet of honey right here, but just to show you at home, it's a full sheet of honey. So this is gonna be my outside frame. So I'm putting this together in order. We got a honey frame, got a pollen frame. This is a pollen frame. That's a full sheet of honey. We'll just set that there for the time being.
You giving away all your brood, babe?
Say what?
Did you give away all your brood?
Nah, there's more upstairs.
Oh, okay.
So that's just a little patch of honey right there. That's a nice, I can feel by the weight, that's all honey. That's all honey going upstairs. This is pollen downstairs. So at this point in time, that's going upstairs. So we've got honey, pollen, pollen, honey. This is going to be a future brood nest. This frame's going to go upstairs in just a minute. So let's give them a little smoke. This colony right here is real loud. This colony right here is dead quiet. If you don't know at home, that means the queen's in this box. They're loud because they're wondering where she is.
Or they're loud because you just shook them all in there.
Oh, you know, pissing bees off tends to do that. All right, so let's take a look at this one. A little bit of capped. Got some nice fat larvas and eggs out here. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but that's what we call milk brood. That's cat brood, that's milk brood and eggs. No queen here, so here is, that's brood number 1.
That's pretty.
Pretty sheet right there.
Mm-hmm. Can't see.
Just a quick glancing for the queen. This is brood number 2.
I feel like I'm filming like Cloverfield, shaky camera.
You like what?
Filming like Cloverfield or Blair Witch Project, you know, with the shaky
feeder, and here's our frame of honey from downstairs. The next thing we want to put in place here is a frame of drawn comb, brood comb. This right here is empty. So this is all empty. Got some food and some food. This is going to give the queen a feeling of space in the lower box. So we never set one frame of brood out by itself. 2 to 3. So we've got 2 frames of food. 2 frames of brood. We're going to call this one empty drawn comb. Now we'd like to see 2 or 3 more frames of brood. So
That's pretty.
Nice pretty frame there.
I like the brood when it's all light colored like that.
Yeah. So that's 1 of 2. If you notice, all this white wax right here is all brand new wax. If you look kind of at this angle here, you can see it just right down front. So a couple of small hive beetles, gonna give them the hive tool test. Help out our bees where we can. There's all eggs in here, milk brood in here. So this will be brood number 2. And then we want a drawn comb downstairs as well. Let's see what we got. We could put if there's any more eggs or brood or something, we could put that down there. That's all food frame there. Let's see what we got back here. And just look at all this propolis, guys. I mean, that's all propolis from winter there. So here's a nice frame where you can see how dark it is. It's previously had brood in it. Killing another hive beetle. Brood here. But they've got to work on this a little bit. It's not all drawn out. This will give them something to do. Again.
Woo. Sorry, you guys. I just got buzzed in the finger. She almost got me.
You okay?
Yeah, hang on one second. Let me correct. She is not leaving me alone. I think she's just after the phone because it's dark.
Yeah. Get all those bees so we don't squish them. All right. And from this second story here, so make sure our queen didn't fall down on our lid, which she's not. Now we got to put this back together. Second story. We want to see honey on the outside. We want to see drawn or partial. There's a partially drawn comb on the middle. So this is a partially drawn, that's honey there. This is honey here. So honey on one side, not on the other. They'll put pollen on this side because that'll always go on the outside. And now what to do with the remaining frames. So these are colonies where we harvested the honey last fall. There hasn't been a nectar flow since, so they haven't cleaned them up. They'll go through and fix all this wax. There is no need to worry about any of that. It's perfect to put on a second story. So we got our two mostly drawn here, two partially need some work on the outside. We call these blanks. So put that there. We never want to let our drawn comb go to waste. So in case our queen's there, we'll put that one in first. Slide this in. Always get your frame centered. We want space here. I custom build my equipment a 1/2 inch wider, so you end up with a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here. The bees can police that space against small hive beetles. It's something you should do every time. All right, so that colony's completed. We got the brood nest down low. I think it's 4.5-ish, 4-ish frames of brood with an empty drawn comb in the middle. So the queen knows she's got space down low to lay. She's got space up high right in the middle to lay. And we got honey, pollen, honey, and then honey, honey, pollen in that order. This colony here, I checked on it earlier. You're going through and you thinking who's what, when, where. We know this is already, I'll show you in a second. It's had 3 frames of bees in it. Right here. Got 3 frames of bees, 1, 2, 3. They're still munching on that pollen patty. They still got feed in the feeder. They're good to roll. One thing I dislike, need to find a stick real quick.
There's one, I just tripped over it.
Yeah. So out here, this board sits flat against this, and it doesn't leave any room for the bees to get in there and feed. So what we try to do here is, let me see if I can try to see if you can get this on camera right here.
Okay.
So see, when this sits down flat, there's not enough bee space right here for the bees to get up over into the feeder. So we take a...
Here, let me come around to the other side.
See, there's not enough space right there. So what we do is we just lay this across the top of the feeder and go like that. Now that stick acting as a spacer is good for that. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Ashby Farms. That is equalizing brood and colonies in 2024. We only have like 300 to go. So how you feel about this, Korth?
Okay.